Well, hello, my LifePoint family and friends. I hope and pray you're all just doing awesome, that you are healthy physically, but more than that you're healthy spiritually. I pray for just going through the church roll, praying for everybody every single day, and mostly that you're remaining in Christ, that you are staying faithful to those daily disciplines of prayer and searching the scriptures for God's wisdom and truth, as well as following through with those other very important commandments like rejoicing always, giving thanks in all circumstances, not being anxious about anything, praying about everything, and focusing on things above. Absolutely, my hope, my prayer is that this time of quarantine and being at home has been one of self-reflection and deepening awareness of how important it is to walk with Jesus, to get our lives right with the Lord, as well as where we are able to develop our relationships with the blessings of people God has brought into our lives. So speaking about people, I thought I'd give you a little bit of information today, a little bit more information about reopening. On Saturday, May 30th, we're going to start opening the church again to worship. This is just the first phase. And just to be clear, we are still going to have 3 online worship services, just like today. We'll have the Saturday at 5. We'll have Sunday morning at 9:30. And we'll have Sunday morning at 11, those online services. But simultaneous, we will also have live services Saturday at 5, Sunday morning at 9:30, Sunday at 11. What we're asking everybody to do for this first few weekends is, if there is one of the worship services that you have been watching for the most part, like if you've been watching the 9:30 Sunday morning service, that you might consider coming to that service, at least just for the first few weeks. And if you're nervous about this at all, maybe you just wait a week or two. That's okay. We're still going to be here. But the goal is to kind of see what our traffic flow is. I will report to you, our congregation, every week to let you know how many people came to each service, what capacity was. Cameron's going to come in and help, and we're going to make some videos so you can actually see what to expect. But the bottom line is this: we're going to start off very minimally. We are only going to have worship. We're not going to have any life groups. We're not going to have a nursery. We will have Miss Vicky, who is our interim children's director now. She's going to be working with all of our nursery staff. So for the kids who come to each service, we will have them out in the fellowship hall. We'll divide them amongst many more workers. So they'll have smaller groups. Certainly we will keep social distancing with them. When you come into the fellowship hall, that will be pretty much normal. We won't have donuts to start. We will have coffee, but it will be served to you. Then on the sides, we'll have areas where you can pick up individual creamers, individual sugar packets to make your coffee. We'll put X's on the floor so everybody can stay 6 feet apart. And then when you go into the sanctuary, we've already removed half of our seats. And so the rows literally are about 6 feet apart. And what we're going to ask, families certainly can sit together, but besides that, family units need to sit 6 feet apart. And the goal of this is that every single person who comes to worship, everybody feels comfortable. Everybody feels safe. We have a couple good worship services like that. We debrief with our leadership teams. And by the way, we've already talked with all of our council, talked with our small group, Care and Connect group leaders as well as many of you trying to get feedback. And we feel like this is a nice, comfortable, but very safe way to ease back into worship. We're not going to push things really hard. And always, if you are at all nervous, it's okay. Stay home for the first couple weeks. I will keep you in the loop as to how things look, how our attendance is going. We can probably seat about 120 people in the sanctuary with the 6-foot social distancing. If there's ever overflow, people can stay in the fellowship hall. But if our numbers continue as they've been, I think about it like this. We've been averaging about 170 to 180 per Sunday back in March. Man, it's hard to believe it's been that long. Divide that by 2, and you put about 80 people in each service. Take out 30, who I'm guessing will probably come to the Saturday service. And our attendance is probably going to be between 50 and 70 people for the 9:30 and the 11 o'clock Sunday morning services. I'm guessing our attendance will be somewhere between 20 and 50 for that Saturday evening service, which means the sanctuary in some respects is going to feel very empty. That's going to be a very strange thing, but at the same time, that is more important, so we all feel safe, than it is to have a full sanctuary with lots more energy. Some of you have asked, how long are we going to offer the 3 services? How long is this going to be? And the answer is, we don't know. I am talking to all of our leadership team as far as our worship staff. I'm planning on doing this for 18 months. If we can end that earlier because everybody feels super safe, then fantastic. But otherwise, my hunch is that this is going to dissipate in the summer. It's probably going to come back in the fall. And then my hope is by next summer, we'll have everything under control and life, whatever the new normal is going to be, that's when the new normal is going to be. I do ask, as we have all of these worship services, that if the time comes in 18 months or whenever that we decide to not have all these worship services, up front, ask for your forgiveness, ask for your flexibility, ask for your help to not fall in love with any of the extra worship services. Certainly, if we have critical mass and can continue those, we will absolutely continue those. But if one of the services or 2 of the services, whatever, isn't as highly attended as we expect, it takes a lot of work to put on a worship service. It takes a whole lot more work to put on 3 every weekend. I and your worship team, we are absolutely willing to put in that work. But once again, it all just depends on how you, our congregation, receives these worship services and how you enjoy them and want them moving forward. So we will be in contact with you all along the way. I absolutely believe in transparency. I do not believe in secrets. And so we'll just keep everything to the forefront of what's going on so you know what's going on. Again, we'll take some videos so you can kind of see before you come what to expect. For those of you who don't come on the 30th, on the weekend of the 30th, I will give you attendance numbers every single week so you can kind of track which services were the most lightly attended so that you can know which one to go to if you're a little bit more concerned. But either way, however you slice it, we are here for you. We will continue to be here for you. We will meet your needs as best as we can. And I know for myself, for Cameron, for James, for Vicky, for Andy and your worship team, all of your staff, we're going to do whatever it takes for you to feel comfortable and connected with Jesus Christ through our church, at your home, virtually or in person. For this season, we're going to do whatever it takes to help all of us walk with the Lord and grow in our faith. We'll take it day by day, week by week. We'll keep everybody in the loop. And as things progress, we'll move from phase 1 to phase 2, and we'll just take things one step at a time. So that's the gist. Please feel free to email me, pastor@lifepointfellowship.com, if you have any questions. If you have other items that you're like, hey, have you addressed this? Or be sure you think about that. We'd love to have your feedback. We don't know everything, don't claim to know everything. We're just following all the guidelines from the conference and the government. And then, of course, that our own leadership team is thinking through as well. So we can be the church that you need us to be, but at the same time that the government and the conference requires us to be as well. So God bless you. We absolutely will have worship online this weekend. Hope you will join us for one of those online services. And as we prepare for reopening on May 30th, ask for your prayers for me, for Cameron, for all of your leadership team, that we will be wise and faithful stewards of all these blessings God has given us through LifePoint during this season of our life together. God bless you. Hope you will join us this weekend for worship. Talk to you soon.